Hello, friends, and welcome to Cusel Stadium as we are here today for the 3-2 Mariemont Warriors versus the 2-3 Deer Park Wildcats. I am Tom Buchert here with my colleague Luke Brenneman. We are in for some great football tonight. The Mariemont Warriors, coached by Nick Leone, are on a 2-game winning streak and hope to continue their recent success against the Deer Park Wildcats. Luke, what are some of our keys to the game tonight?
Key to the game, Mariemont Warriors, they want to stop the run. Deer Park, very run-heavy offense. They run a triple option. They need to force them to pass the ball, and that can slow the Deer Park offense down. To bump it over to Deer Park, the keys for them, get a big play early. Got shut out 44-0 last week against Madeira. If they can score, that'd be big for them.
Yeah, Luke, what are also some of our key players for tonight's big game between the Mariemont Warriors and the Deer Park Wildcats?
Starting with Deer Park, Nori Johnson, wide receiver, running back. He does it all for them. Around 600 all-purpose yards this season for him. Got to look out for him tonight. He's had a heck of a year, and he's looking to continue it in their last regular season game.
He is an absolute beast. And for the Warriors, who do we have as the key player?
Jack Milam at defensive end already has 3 sacks this season. Deer Park, run-heavy offense. He's going to be in there a lot tonight. Needs to make some big plays.
Yeah, we spoke to the Warriors tight end, Ethan Malfa. He said that the Warriors' big game plan on defense was to clog the middle and stop that Deer Park run, and Jack Milam is going to be a big part of that.
Already 36 tackles this season to go along with his 3 sacks. Maybe can even force a turnover tonight. Also talking to Ethan today, Tom, we found out on offense, he's the tight end. Coach Leone said the game plan to take what the defense gives them. Deer Park, one of the worst-ranked defenses in the CHL this season.
Yeah, those short passes that are going to be important to keep the ball in their hand and not turn the ball over. What are some of Deer Park's tendencies on the offensive end that, really make them an offensive powerhouse?
They are pretty quick. They run that triple option. They're probably going to run it around 80 and 90% of the time. That's why it's big for Mariemont to make them throw the ball. That's when they could start to struggle. Very run-heavy offense, and they are going to chew the clock down to the bare minimum that they can. Time of possession is a big thing for them. If they can control the ball and take an early lead, it'd be tough for Mariemont to come back in this one. On Mariemont's side, their keys to the game, like we said, short passes, take what the defense gives them, and on defense, got to stop this run and clog up the middle.
Yeah, that's going to be a big part of the game tonight. The Warriors are playing the Reading Blue Devils in their first playoff game, and that game will take place at 7 p.m. next Saturday. So this is a big tune-up game for the Warriors in the last game in the regular season.
Coach Leone, so far, first year as the head coach. Mariemont overall 3-2. And all league games so far this season, it'd be big to get some momentum going in the playoffs next week.
And that is all we have for our pre-game talk. We'll be back for the Warriors versus the Deer Park Wildcats.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play. Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
teamwork, How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Gianna Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
Both teams have taken the field. We're just about ready to get the season underway.
ICRC Friday Night Football. We are back here.
Great attack with the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings!
Side. He's looking for Hughes. Hughes has the separation. Touchdown!
It is a touchdown, Blue Devils.
Stop. And it's going to be a big six. Aviators. Touchdown.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Holy cow.
And we are back here at Kusel Stadium getting ready for the kickoff of the Mariemont Deer Park Friday Night Lights football game. Luke, this is a big game for the Warriors and a big game for the Wildcats. Even though every team gets into the playoffs, it's important to go in there with a lot of momentum. Connor Souders is getting ready to kick it off. Looks like the Deer Park Wildcats are set to receive. And let's get this game kicked off. Souders sends it away. Pretty good kick. Looks like it'll float out of bounds. And the first penalty flag of the game. It did not take long for a flag to be thrown. Luke, quick start for the Warriors. Big penalty. Not a great way to start the game.
Connor Souders didn't have a very good week last week with extra points, but not a good start so far tonight. I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's a pretty good kicker. He's battled with some injuries. I've heard he's had some back problems. Hopefully he can get that under control. Warriors defense will be all right.
And some of the key players on that Warriors defense, like we mentioned, Jack Milam, but also Max Tepe, who usually plays safety, but with that Wildcats defense is playing more of a linebacker role tonight. Looks like the Deer Park will take it under center, getting ready in motion. Hands it off to number 1. That is Dearest Thomas, and he will truck people all the way to the 45-yard line. Great start for the Deer Park Wildcats as they get it to what looks like the 44-yard line.
Warriors play a 3-3 stack defense. They really got to stop the run. We got to see Hank Dunn, Jack Milam, some big guys on that line. They have to slow it down.
Yes, they do. This is a big part of the Deer Park Wildcats and what they do. Really have only had 36 pass attempts this year, which is pretty crazy for a 5-game season so far. And here they are under center again, handed off to Thomas, and he will bulldoze over. It looks like the quarterback actually kept it there for a little sneak, a little bit of misdirection by the Wildcats, and will advance to the 48-yard line.
They just go under center and pound it down everybody's throat. So
it's a very time-consuming way to play. This could be a low-scoring game if the Warriors are not able to stop that run. Wildcats break the huddle.
Saw against Wyoming when Deer Park played them. They scored on their first drive of the game. It was around a 12 to 10-minute drive. And that was the only time they scored the rest of the game.
And here is Dearest Thomas bulldozing his way to the 50 before he's backed up a little bit, but forward progress will probably get him to around the 52-yard line. Another good run for the Deer Park Wildcats. which will bring up 2nd and 6.
You mentioned Deer Park only thrown it around 35 times this season. If you're Mariemont, I think you have to just stack that line and go one-on-one coverage with the receivers. You see Jeb Lindell, safety back there. I assume he'll step up later in this game to try to compact that line.
And again, that's why Max Tepe, who usually plays the safety position, is coming down into more of a linebacker position today. Here comes the quarterback, Hurd, who is taking it himself. He will fall down at about the 50. Looks like the Mariemont Warriors 49-yard line, and the Wildcats are in Mariemont territory, and this brings up 3rd and 2.
Max Tepe in on that stop. You can see him right there. Look at that. That's 7, 8 guys right on that line for Mariemont.
They hand it off to Thomas, and he will be stopped of what looks short of the first down.
I think Deer Park will definitely go for this.
I think they will definitely go for this. With their run game, you almost have to keep that. Here comes the replay. The Warriors got the stop there. Their first time really being able to stop the run. And it looks like number 1, De'Aris Thomas, is down already, and you just hate to see it.
That's a big hit for the Deer Park offense. I think he's already had 3 to 4 carries tonight himself. He does almost everything for them like a bunch of other guys do on this team. Hopefully he can stay on the field. Doesn't look too good right now.
And with that injury, we are going to take a short break, and we will be back.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back, and here comes a crucial 4th and 1. Deer Park going to keep it on the sneak. It looks like they got it. Big run by the Deer Park Wildcats, and that was a QB sneak by Jerry Hurd, the senior quarterback, who is more effective on the ground than he is through the air, but nonetheless does not turn the ball over and is a great runner with the football.
It's one thing with running it. Only way you can turn it over is if it slips out of your hand or it's poked loose. Way to keep control of it, but if the Warriors can stop them, then they can change this game because Deer Park doesn't look like they can even throw the ball.
Yeah, so far they have not even tried to attempt a throw, but the Warriors have not shown any sign of stopping this run attack by the Wildcats, only getting that real stop on 3rd down, but giving it up. And that is the pitch to number 11. That is Kendall Luckett, and he is brought down by Jack Milam at the 41-yard, looks like the 40-yard line of the Mariemont Warriors. And that is Jack Milam, the key player on the Warriors' defense.
Seth Green came in from the other side of the ball, reading that pitch all the way, slowed him down, and Milam finished off the tackle.
Looks like Luckett is in the backfield now for the Deer Park Wildcats. After Thomas went down, he's getting looked at on the bench. Under center again is Hurd. He'll take the snap. Johnson in motion. Little misdirection. Hurd keeps it. Tepe was all over that. Max Tepe with a big tackle. Nobody was getting away from him there. It was a great read by him.
Send a guy in motion. Looked a little weird. Looked like they were going to hand it off. QB keeper again, and Tepe came in, big play, first 3rd and long of the game. Let's see if they go with the air game here.
And Luke, is that something you think they're going to do, kind of send Nori Johnson in motion, kind of misdirect the Warriors' defense?
They have so many fast weapons on this offense. They can do whatever. I'm just interested, will they throw it here on 3rd down?
It is 3rd and 8. Hurd under center. He will look to throw, and they will throw it to big stop by number 20. Connor Souders. He swats the ball away. I think all the Warriors knew they were looking at Nori Johnson, but it looks like the Deer Park Wildcats will stay on the field and go for this on a 4th and 8. Hurd gets the signal from the coach. Back under center.
Hurd, lefty arm. Same with Glassmeyer. Two southpaws here tonight.
That'll be something to look for. Interesting to see Hurd throw the ball. It wasn't a bad throw. Just Souders made a great play on the ball. Johnson takes it back, looking to throw again. Milam looking right at him, and that is Jack Milam, our key player on defense, and he has shown up big already tonight.
Already on the first drive of the game, you can give Jack Milam his 4th sack this season.
We're going to look at that. Jack Milam just absolutely gets him there. Turnover on downs. That's a big hit, and as an offensive line, you cannot have your quarterback taking a hit like that.
Drop back, and that line for Deer Park just broke down from the second he got the ball in his hands. Milam powered through along with, looked like 1 or 2 other guys. They were all over the quarterback.
Malafa and Dunn were also in the backfield, so Milam didn't get him. Another Warrior was.
First look here at Andrew Glassmeyer, #1 leading pass yards in the CHL.
Glass has had a great year. He takes it under the shotgun. Little bit of a couple of juke moves there, and he's going to get a couple of runs, and that is something that Andrew Glassmeyer does well. He can really run with the football, Luke.
Already has 2 rushing touchdowns this year. Seth Green, running back, he's been hurt sometimes so far this season, but Glassmeyer is, I think, 10 to 12 yards carry short of the Mariemont running back. He's got it a lot this year.
And with that 6-yard gain, the Mariemont Warriors bring up 2nd and 4th. Some of the Mariemont Warriors offense, we've got Andrew Glassmeyer at quarterback. Looks like Seth Green at running back, Timmy Stewart at receiver, Ethan Malafa at tight end, and Max Tepe also at receiver. That's a dump off to Seth Green. Green will take it. He's got some speed, and he is thrown down at what looks like the 46-yard line, and the Warriors are in Deer Park territory.
Was a designed screen here for Seth, immediately rolled out. Glassmeyer threw it to him behind the sticks, got some blocks out to the left, picked up around 9 there.
It looks like Nori Johnson was there on the tackle. Big tackle there, but nonetheless, they got the first down there. Which means a 1st and 10, 3 outside on the left. Glassmeyer in the shotgun, Tepe in motion. Glassmeyer looks like he wasn't expecting a snap there. And he did well to get back to the line. Actually got some yards there. But Luca didn't look like he was ready for that snap.
I don't know. There was definitely a miscommunication there. Center J.D. Long and Glassmeyer were not on the same page. Glassmeyer tried to hand it off, but something out of nothing.
Did very well to get a couple yards there, and just got 1 yard, but could have easily been a 5-yard loss there.
Good thing he held on to that. That could have been disastrous.
Glassmeyer gets the signal. He'll come back in the shotgun. Empty backfield. 2nd and 9. Glassmeyer, the leading pass. And he dumps it off to Seth Green again. Seth has been very effective in his first game back from injury.
A little drag route over the middle to Seth Green. And like we talked about, Mariemont keys to the game, when we talked to Ethan, they said take what the defense gives you, and that was definitely right over the middle on a short pass.
Yeah, they mentioned that there'd be a lot of short passes tonight, and Glassmeyer's a very good thrower. He also can throw the deep ball very effectively, which is why he's leading the CHL in yards.
Max McGowan going down 2 weeks ago to the ACL. That was terrible. And you'll see Timmy Stewart in there, same with Jonathan Cooper, to try to replace McGowan.
McGowan was definitely the Warriors' best receiver. Green hands it off. Glassmeyer hands it off to Green, and Seth will get some yards there. Should bring up 4th down. It didn't look like they got it there.
4th and short. I would look for Glassmeyer on a QB keeper here. He's ran it so many times this year. I would be surprised if they threw it on 4th and short.
And the Warriors are staying in it. In comes Jack Borderding, the Warriors' deep threat at receiver.
3 touchdowns so far this year.
He is a big-time deep threat for the Warriors. And here comes Glassmeyer. Glassmeyer under shotgun again. Definitely look for the QB sneak here. A quick snap, hands it off to Green. And that is close. It'll depend on the spot. I think
he's going to come up short.
I think he is going to come up short. And it will be Deer Park ball.
Take a quick look at this. Quick snap, tried to catch the defense off guard, and they jumped right through the Mariemont line. A little bit of a trap play with the guard from the left side coming around and try to block on the right. Couldn't get there in time.
That was a big play for the Wildcats after they turned it over on downs themselves. Big to get the fourth down tackle and get the ball back here.
I think you'll see another long drive. Already under the 4-minute mark here in the first quarter. Deer Park ran around 5 to 6 minutes off in that first drive where they only got 2 first downs, I think.
Yeah, that was a very time-consuming drive that the Wildcats, even with Demarius Thomas going down, continued to just eat up time with the run. And it looks like the Wildcats are not happy having to take a timeout there.
Wildcats, they have struggled at the end of games so far this season in league play. And I think you look at their bench, not a lot of guys over there. Most guys are playing on both sides of the ball. They could get tired and almost collapse towards the end of games.
And this timeout is brought to you by Eye Care in the Square, located on Wooster Pike and Mariemont Square. Luke, what have you seen so far from the Wildcats offense that you like, and what do you not like about so far?
You don't see an offense too much like this. They really stack that line and run it. I mean, first drive they looked all right until Mariemont got those 2 stops to bring up the 4th and long. Here's a quick look at one of the plays from last drive. Look at that's 2 guys behind the quarterback there, and they just pound it right up the hole. But Mariemont's done pretty good so far.
Yeah, they got off to a slow start against the run, but it seemed that they figured it out a little bit at the end of that drive. And here they come out again. You got Borgerding and Malfout on the end. Little QB pitch option to number 3, Sirion Brown, in a big hit at the end of the play. That'll be a penalty on the Mariemont Warriors, which is something that you just don't want at the end of a very punishing play to just give them more yards.
Sirion Brown, pretty short guy, super quick as he came around the edge. More of a speed option there with the pitch coming from the quarterback. You see that a lot in college football.
Borgerding had a choice to make there. If he was going to go after the quarterback, he went after the quarterback. He pitched it off to Sirion Brown.
I think Seth Green was the Warrior penalized there. I think it was a late hit.
Yeah, you just can't have that after already a lot of yards getting there. And now Deer Park on the Mariemont 30-yard line. Send Sirion Brown in motion. Give it off to number 11, Kendall Luckett. Short gain for the Wildcats. Will bring up 2nd and 8.
That penalty's big. Deer Park moves the ball super short increments at a time, and to give up 15 yards on a personal foul is just a big hit for the Warriors.
One thing the Warriors do have going for them, though, is that the Wildcats do not kick a lot of field goals. They go for everything. So if they have 4 downs and if they stop them, they're getting the ball back.
I think you could see a lot of that tonight. Warriors already went for it on 4th and short, but I don't think anyone's here to punt tonight.
And there's Malfa and Milam getting ready to go after that run. They hand it off to Luckett, and he will roll over there to about the 22-yard line. He was stopped pretty short. Well, he got 1 yard there, so blew the whistle for that. He is at the 22-yard line. It is 3rd and 1.
On these 3rd and shorts, they're going to go for it on 4th down. So they pretty much have 2 more downs to work with 2 yards where they can just set themselves up for a 4th and 1 almost every drive if they have like a 3rd and 3 or something.
And that is the QB sneak by number 2, Jerry Hurd. And that looks to give the Wildcats the 1st down.
Yet to see Nori Johnson too much tonight so far.
His 600 all-purpose yards, so he's effective in the run game and the pass game. They've looked at him once in the pass game. Was batted down by Souders, but look to maybe see him get the ball around this time.
Stay in this heavy set on the line. 2 guys in the backfield.
Another QB sneak by Jerry Hurd. He will be stopped pretty short. Oh, it was 4th and 1. we thought that the Wildcats got the first down on the third down.
Take a look at this here.
And that'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Deer Park Wildcats, and they are now in the red zone.
This is probably not the most fun way to watch a football game, but so far it's working, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Very effective for the Deer Park Wildcats. Warriors just really haven't shown that they can stop this run. Pitch it off there is Nori Johnson in the speed, and he will score a touchdown. Nori Johnson. Wow. First time they hand him the ball, and he does that. 20-yard run.
They spread it out there, got open space. You don't really see that when they pound it on the line of scrimmage in the middle, but when they give a guy like Johnson with his speed open space, you already know he's going to do something dangerous. And you saw a bunch of Warriors on the ground there, some big blocks from that Deer Park offensive line.
And that was our key player, Nori Johnson. A little bit of another QB option there. Decided to pitch it off to Johnson, and he ran for 20 yards. And here comes Deer Park to kick the field goal. And that is good. A bit of a squirrely kick, but it will be through the uprights. 7-zip Deer Park Wildcats.
Take a quick look at this here. Nori Johnson gets outside on the pitch, here's a block, and he just makes two guys miss and then walks into the end zone.
He really showed his speed off there and why he is one of the top players in the CHL. Really nobody could get him there. Nobody even touched him. Great blocking by the Wildcats. He makes a couple people miss.
I think a lot of that space also goes hand in hand with when they keep going up the middle. Mariemont is going to clog that middle, and then it gives so much open space. And I don't know, if you leave a cornerback or a defensive back on Nori Johnson, this could be a tough guy to tackle in space.
And do you think the Warriors will make any adjustments after seeing that drive where they did that a handful of times? That's where they got big chunks of yardage.
It was a good drive. I think the key killer for Mariemont was that penalty. Although it was only 15 yards, it moved them into Mariemont territory. And that 4th down was also big. And then Nori Johnson is a playmaker. He's going to make plays all night.
Is now 7-0, Deer Park 7, Mariemont 0. And the Wildcats will kick it off to the Warriors. And we will see this Warriors offense for the 2nd time this evening. First time out. Turnover on downs in Deer Park territory. Bit of a squib kick. That'll be number 26 for the Warriors. Elliott Brown, the freshman, and he will do the smart thing of just falling down on it.
Yeah, weird kick there from kicker Braxton Carpenter, who banged through the extra point earlier. Just a little squib. Almost didn't look like an onside kick, but he just rolled it out there.
And something you got to watch out for. The Warriors have had some kickoff troubles this year. And Brown did the smart thing of just falling on it there and making sure there was no damage done. And Warriors are going to take over at the 30-yard line. Glassmeyer under center. Look at me to get a big throw here and kickstart this Warrior drive. Hands it off to Green on the outside. And he just had nowhere to go, but he is still on his feet. Wow. Seth Green, he is one hard man that's coming down, and he is still going. Wow. Wow, he was down at the 20-yard line and got another 30 yards.
Seth Green just had guys hanging on his jersey on that run, and he reversed that field, picked up around 15 to 20 yards on a completely blown-up play.
Take another look at this. He had him down, shows his power, and then explodes and shows off that great speed that he possesses and gets a big chunk of yardage.
Green is it.
Here comes Andrew Glassmeyer. The Warriors now have some momentum on the offensive side. Glassmeyer takes the snap. Play action. Gets a couple yards there and is brought down at about the Deer Park 48-yard line.
Jerry Parsons, the senior, in on the tackle for the Wildcats, just blew that play up. Glassmeyer tried to shake him, but Parsons dragged him down.
And we are going to take a quick break here at the end of the first quarter. We will be back. First quarter, Deer Park 7, Mariemont 0.
everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! What a goal! Mariemont going to the championship!
We are back here at Kusel Stadium showing off some of the Mariemont scholars, Jackson Haitius, Jonathan Cooper, and Grace Cole here. And when we get back started here, the Warriors will take over at the Deer Park 48-yard line. Second down with 9 yards to go. Glassmeyer in the shotgun.
Warriors offense got set a little early there as Cooper had to run over the sideline, but second and long, Warriors hoping to get some points on the board and get back in this game.
Glassmeyer under the shotgun. Whistle is blown. Long will snap it off to Glassmeyer. Glassmeyer rolls. Looks for Green. Gets the quick dump off, but looks like they will lose about 3 yards there.
Number 11 for Deer Park, Kendall Luckett in on the tackle. Another guy who's playing on both sides of the ball. He had a few carries on the offensive end. Looked like another design screen. We've seen 3 of those tonight, but the Mariemont offensive line couldn't get outside quick enough, and Luckett came in and made a good play.
And that will bring up third and long. Warriors are going to have to look to pass here. Can't have a short pass. They will bring in Jack Bordering, their deep threat. Look for Max Tepe as well here. Glassmeyer has no time, stands in the pocket. He's got a man wide open, but just overthrown. Glassmeyer was just lit up, but stood in there and made the throw. Got to give it to him there. Offensive line just had a little mishap.
Devin Brooks comes through the middle and gives Glassmeyer a shot.
He had his 2 men wide open, but just had no time to time it up.
Tepe, the intended receiver, and in these first 2 drives, I think the Warriors are definitely missing Max McGowan.
And here comes Connor Souders, the punter, getting ready to punt it back to the Deer Park Wildcats. And Luke, that's just something you can't be doing with how much time they take up. Warriors have to score when they get the ball. And Souders feels some pressure in the backfield as well. And not a great kick. We'll get a couple of Warrior bounces. Jeb Lindell, number 22, gives it a bit of a push to the 30 to the 28, but it will be spotted at the 31-yard line.
Quick look at this punt. Connor just wobbly ball. He had some pressure. He tried to roll out and just had to get it in the air. At least he didn't take the sack.
But just not a very effective punt. We'll give the Wildcats decent field position, but they have a long way to go with how much they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, that was one of the keys to the game. If they can get on the board early, the way that their defense isn't too bad, and the way that they can chew this clock up could be dangerous for the Warriors if they could increase this lead.
The Warriors have to find a way to stop this defense. They'll hand it off to Luckett, and he's going to get some big yardage there. Gains about 12 yards for Kendall Luckett, number 11 on the Deer Park Wildcats. We'll take a quick look at this. Hurd takes the snap pretty quickly, hands it off to Luckett, has a big hole up the middle, takes a couple of men with him, and the Deer Park Wildcats are just showing off that power. And Luckett has stepped up big since number 1 Darius Thomas went out on the first couple of plays on the opening drive.
Deer Park offense moving the ball pretty methodically. First drive's been taking a while, and last drive was nothing short of perfect.
Another run to what everybody thought was Luckett, but Hurd kept it himself. Ran it out to about the 50-yard line, and then gave Souders a bit of a headbutt there on the 50, Luke. Did you see that?
Laid a big blow there. Quick look at this one. Look, I mean, he's good at tucking this. That looked like it run up the gut all the way.
I mean, Luke, myself, I followed Luckett the whole way. I had no idea he even had the ball until I saw it, and I think the Warriors didn't know either. Hurd has really hurt the Warriors on that QB option so far.
It's happened to me twice. He's pulled it away, and I definitely thought the running back had it. He's really good at that.
Hurd under center again. Something different between the Warriors and Wildcats. Hurd's under center. Glassmeyer in the shotgun. Luckett has a big hole, and he will be brought down at the Warriors 25-yard line. Wow. Just big holes for Luckett to run through, and he has played a great game.
Luckett is a very fast runner, and if he's given a hole and open space, it took all of Seth Green's speed to even catch him and trip him up to make the stop there. That could have been 6.
It looked like a Wildcat touchdown. Hurd again looking at his wristband. A little bit of confusion with the call between the sideline and the quarterback, but Hurd under center again. Will hand it off to Luckett again, and they will get more yardage. That's another 10 yards for the Deer Park Wildcats. And Luke Mariemont just cannot stop this defense right now.
Luckett is just bouncing off guys and falling forward. That's a big thing. Just falling forward can get you 2 to 3 extra yards on every carry. And not that he's even needed that. He's had so much open space because of this offensive line. He's just running up wide open holes.
And Hurd again, a little bit of confusion again between the sideline and Hurd, but he will go under center, and you have to think this is another run to Luckett. They just have not been able to stop him on this drive. Hurd takes a snap, hands it off to Kendall Luckett, bounces off a couple tackles, and gets 1 or maybe 2 yards there, which will bring up 2nd and long. 2nd and 6, excuse me.
Looks like there's a flag down on the play. Some confusion with the Deer Park sideline. Coach is out on the field. Yeah, this is going to be bumped back. Maybe a hold on that offense. You can see that a lot, Nate.
We'll take a look at that, see what there was there. Definitely a bit of a hold there on the edge to give them that little hole.
Couldn't see too much.
Couldn't really see too much there. So the Deer Park Wildcats will bump back to about the 23-yard line, in which will bring up 2nd and 15. Excuse me, 1st and 15. We pitch it off to Luckett, and he will be stopped pretty close to the line of scrimmage. The Warriors were all over that play.
Yeah, that's big for them. Penalty bumping them back. That can, if the Warriors can just contain them to 2 or 3 more yards on, you would assume these next 2 rushes, it would bring up a 4th and medium or 4th and long.
And that looked like Max Tepe again on the tackle. He has been everywhere for the Warriors so far. Without Max, I mean, I don't know where the Warriors are right now. He's been a big part of even containing that Deer Park Wildcats run.
So far, it's been tough to see how Deer Park is only 2-3 so far this year. They're dominating this game so far early.
And a big part of that is that Wildcat offensive line really pushing around the defense of the Warriors. And it looked like number 22 for the Wildcats, Christian Travato, was tripped up there as the pass was incomplete from Jerry Hurd. And that is only the 3rd time that Hurd has thrown the ball this game. And we are 7 minutes left in the first half. Wow, that is rush heavy for the Deer Park Wildcats, Luke.
Nori Johnson was also over there. I think he's probably going to get around 80% of the targets, maybe even higher than that. Probably they only average 8 throw attempts per game. I bet he gets around 6 to 7 of those targets.
And so far that has held up, as he has at least been in the vicinity of the ball every time that has been thrown. Hurd under center again. Hands it off to Luckett. He'll find a pretty good hole there and trundle down to about the Warriors' 11-yard line, bringing up 4th and 6.
This is a big down for the Warriors defense. Look at the bench. Coach is hyping up the bench, hoping to get them going. 4th and medium. The Warriors should definitely stop this. I don't see, if Deer Park runs this and picks up around 6, that's a big blow to Mariemont.
And that's a big play that will just really sway the momentum that is already moving in the Deer Park direction and just really be a big hit to the Warriors.
Watch out for Nori Johnson in the backfield here, number 4.
And they will hand it off to Nori. He'll look to make a couple people miss, and it looks like he does. Tackled right near the first down marker, and I think he's going to get it.
Flag down in on the play. Warriors, Tepe is clapping. I think it could either be a hold or a horse collar on the tackle because Johnson got grabbed down by the neck area. see what the refs say. Having a chat over by the 5-yard line.
Looked like he got the first down if there is no flag. I mean, you give the ball to Nori Johnson, and it looks like you're getting a good chunk of yardage.
Oh, yeah. I said it before the play. They pitched it to him. Personal foul on the defense. I think there was 2 penalties, and they might offset here.
It looked like there was a holding and a defensive penalty. And there was a horse collar on Nori Johnson. The Warriors could have just brought him down cleanly. It would have been Warriors' ball, but that brings up 4th and 6 again.
Penalties will offset.
I think they handed off to Nori again.
Looks like the same exact formation, maybe the same exact call. They would be pitching it to the strong side of the field if they went there again.
And again, something we've seen a lot of confusion between the Wildcats sideline and quarterback Jerry Hurd. But Hurd under center takes the snap, and they're going to give it to Johnson, going the other direction of the field, and he will take it. Deer Park Wildcats touchdown, and that is Nori Johnson's 2nd touchdown of the night. Wow, that is a big play for the Wildcats, and that makes it 13-zip Deer Park Wildcats. Wow, Luke. Nori Johnson has just been crazy so far in this game in the limited amount of
He's quick.
carries that he's had.
Take another look at this. Johnson, I mean, I think you could have ran through that hole, Tom. Wide open. Johnson's quick. He's a tough guy to tackle, but with that space he has, I think anyone can score that touchdown.
I mean, Luke, I play golf, and I think I could have gotten in the game so untouched.
Extra point is no good.
Which will bring the score to 13-0. As 2 touchdowns by Nori Johnson, basically going untouched on both of them. And Luke, the Warriors have to get a score here. They cannot be down 2 scores going into the half with how effectively this Wildcats team runs the ball.
I think this is a big drive for Andrew Glassmeyer and the Warriors offense. Looked non-existent so far in this game. We've seen some weird play calls, though. A lot of screen passes that we haven't seen too much this season. I think they should just get back to their game, throwing it over the middle and taking what the defense can give him.
And Glassmeyer's got one of the strongest arms in the CHL, and usually he's getting a lot of pass attempts and throwing over the middle and some deep balls, but so far it's been very stagnant. A lot of run calls, a couple of big plays, but the Warriors got to get things moving here.
Deer Park's offensive line, one thing that just has really stood out so far. We talked about Nori Johnson and all these guys being quick. Like we said, those holes are there for them. They just have to execute and go to the right spots, and they're getting in the end zone pretty easily.
And also when, they're getting all those inside handoffs and just throwing it down that middle, and the Warriors are really focusing in on that, it just leaves a lot of space out on the outside for when they hand it off to Johnson.
Well, it's tough to defend. I mean, when you have to clog the middle, because they were picking up yards when they went through the middle, and then they try to tighten it up, and they go outside with the speed.
Another squib kick picked up by number 28, Jonathan Cooper, the senior. He went for a little bit of a run there, but it's taken down at about the 38-yard line. And the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line, and this is our 3rd time seeing quarterback Andrew Glassmeyer tonight.
I think the Warriors offense needs to get their 2 tight ends involved, Ethan Malafa and Jack Borcherding. Definitely Max Tepe, too. Really good skill players that can go inside, outside, and I want to see Glassmeyer throw the ball here more on this drive.
And those are the 3 Warriors' big receivers. You got Malafa at 6'6", Bordering at 6'5", and then the extremely quick Max Tepe on the outside. Bit of a misdirection. Seth Green's going to take that snap and carry it all the way to about the 50-yard line and then flip over the bench. That was a very dangerous end of that game. But he's going to run off completely fine.
Seth Green did a full flip over the bench. Here's a look at it. It was a direct snap to Green. Tepe with a great block to seal the edge. Nori Johnson pushes him out, and his momentum just flips him over the bench, which he ends up taking down with him. We hope he's okay.
Did well to avoid the bench there, Luke. Showing off a little of that athleticism. And here comes Glassmeyer back into the shotgun. Tepe going to come in motion, snap by Glassmeyer, looking to throw. Ball thrown a little behind receiver Timmy Stewart, and that is an incomplete pass. Stewart not able to hang on to it.
Goes ball a little behind Timmy and brings up 3rd and 3 for Mariemont. Here's another look at it. Glassmeyer looks left, throws left, and
wasn't a horrible throw. Something Timmy probably should have brought in there.
yeah, it was going away from his momentum. I think
definitely
the ball was a little
grab
behind him, but it would have been a tough catch to make.
And here comes Glassmeyer in the shotgun again. Look for a short pass or just a run to Seth Green here. Malafa in motion. Looks like Glassmeyer's going to keep him. Or that is David Dorston. And Dorston's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And that is the backup quarterback, David Dorston, who's a very athletic sophomore. We're going to take another look at that.
Dorston just takes the direct snap. We've seen this twice. Last play was 2 plays ago to Seth Green, and he has the room and the speed. Nori Johnson gives him a massive hit at the end of that run, but Warriors had the last laugh with picking up the first down.
And that first down is sponsored by Winneck Orthodontics, and this brings up 1st and 10 at the Deer Park 45, and that's Green coming around the outside, trying to set that edge. Gets to about the 41-yard line. Another tackle by Nori Johnson, who is making his presence be felt all over the field tonight.
Nori Johnson just flies around this field, offensively and defensively. Warriors getting into space, though. More of a quicker, fast-paced moving drive. A lot of runs, though.
Yeah, both teams are run heavy so far. We have not seen a lot of deep balls by the Warriors, who has been a big part of their offense all year. Glassmeyer in the shotgun again. Will take the snap. Looks to pass. Clean pocket. Little bit of a bobble with the ball and is going to be brought down. That is Kendall Luckett, number 11, and number 52, Jerry Parsons on the sack. Take a look at that. It looked like Glassmeyer
had
some time to pass. Kind of
tried to get out of the pocket, but
great coverage by the Wildcats.
Stood up. You would like to see the senior get rid of that ball and throw it out of bounds, but you always have to be wary of the intentional grounding flag. 3rd and long here, and only 3 minutes left in this half. And the way Deer Park can run this clock, it's looking dangerous. The Warriors need to get some points up on the board.
Yeah, and that was definitely a coverage sack for the Wildcats. Great coverage there. Glassmeyer again in the shotgun. Bit of a wild snap from long. Pressure, makes a man miss. Throws it. He's got a wide open. Looks like Timmy Stewart. Wow, and that was all Glassmeyer there.
Glassmeyer shrugs off Parsons, looking for back-to-back sacks there, and Stewart is wide open. And Glassmeyer just had to lob it up there. Here's a look at it. He just pushes him off and throws across his body.
Great throw. And just really shows off the athleticism of the Warrior quarterback. Wow, that was a great play. Glassmeyer again under the shotgun. Looks to take the snap. Hands it off to Green. Green's got a hole, makes a couple of men miss. Gets down to about the 10-yard line.
63, Colin Stidham in on the tackle after Green picks up around 4 or 5. That was a massive play on 3rd down. If the Warriors don't get that, they're definitely punting that away. And Deer Park,
you're not going to see the ball again with 3 minutes and a half unless you stop them on downs, which is something the Warriors just have to do. This defense needs to be more effective. And Warriors are in the red zone, 2nd and 9.
Watch out for Jack Borgerding.
Got to look for Jack Borgerding, Ethan Malafa, and Max Tepe here. Glassmeyer, bit of a wobbly handoff. It's on the ground, but Glassmeyer picks it up and gets to about the 3-yard line.
Might be a first down here for the Warriors. I think there's been at least 3 or 4 miscommunications between, I don't know if it's Glassmeyer. Here's a look at it.
Looks like Glassmeyer was trying to pull it from Green. Just got caught up there, but then picks it up and gets the first down.
Should be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line here.
They have 4 yards to go here on the 4th down. 1st and 4. they have to convert here.
Approaching about 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. This is a good, long-lasting drive.
Glassmeyer's going to look to keep it himself. Warriors touchdown, Andrew Glassmeyer. And that is his third rushing touchdown of the year. Glassmeyer on the QB sneak. Touchdown, Mariemont Warriors.
Glassmeyer keeps it himself, seen that at least 5 times tonight. So many rushing attempts within read options and pulling it and taking it. That was a design QB run. He has 1,000+ passing yards, but also a bunch of rushing yards to go along with that.
And here comes the kick from Connor Souders. Good snap and through the uprights. 13-7. Deer Park up 6 with 1:17 left in this first half. Gonna take a quick look at this Glassmeyer designed QB run. Takes it right into that end zone. Touchdown, Mariemont Warriors. And Glassmeyer has shown off the athleticism twice on that drive. First, avoiding the blitzer, converting the long third down pass to Stewart to get them in the red zone, and then the QB run, touchdown, Mariemont Warriors.
With the Warriors getting the ball to start the second half, that was a big touchdown to make this a one-possession game. And with 1 minute left, I wonder if Deer Park will just let this clock run and take it to half, because they might have a chance to throw it, but I don't see them even picking up 1 to 2 first downs through the air.
Yeah, and through the ground, you got to think, unless they get just a huge hole with Johnson, which might be the play here, just hand it off to Johnson. He's been virtually unstoppable when he's had the ball in his hands the 2 times that they've got it to him.
I think you could maybe see some trickery with the trick play, maybe another speed option with a pitch, just because I don't think they trust or anyone trusts their passing game, but they definitely have the speed to do some dangerous things.
And that did not look like Souders on the kickoff.
I think it was an intentional squib that he wanted to get it rolling, but...
And that was number 74, Pierce Hanser, the freshman on the kick. Interesting. We haven't seen Pierce on the kickoff team yet this year kicking it off, but this little intentional squib.
I don't know if that was intentional, but that was a very bad mistake. That gave Deer Park at least 15 to 20 yards that they didn't need to have.
You have to think it's intentional if they didn't bring out Souders, who's their normal kickoff man. Just wonder what the thought process was there. Matchup to look at here. Roy Johnson is in the slot with Max Tepe covering him. Going to get the block on Tepe and set the edge for Luckett, who's going to get a big run and get out of bounds, more importantly.
The clock's actually going to run. He doesn't get out of bounds. That's a very bad mistake.
They looks
do
like
have
the
their
clock
timeouts.
does stop, Luke.
Oh, the ref ran the clock. He could. The
And
clock
now it
is running, yes.
Bit of a mishap between the ref and the scoreboard. But great run. Looks like Johnson set the edge. It's like Johnson set the edge with the block on Tepe.
Running.
Clock is running, and Deer Park really isn't showing any urgency whatsoever.
I mean, they have, looks like 2 timeouts still, and they're just letting this clock run. It's been at least 25, 30 seconds.
Johnson again in the slot with Green in coverage. Timeout was a very confusing possession by the Wildcats. Have to wonder the thought process there between the coach and players. That brings up timeout, and this break in the action is brought to you by iCare in the Square, located on Wooster Pike in Mariemont Square.
That was a big miscommunication or whatever happened with that timeout. Head coach for the Wildcats, Lornan Troxell, that was not the smartest way to lose 25 to 30 much-needed seconds in the end of the half.
That was an interesting possession there. Have to wonder what they were thinking. Why take the timeout if you're just going to run out the half, which was a very interesting. Looked like they were just running it out, but then they take the timeout. Do you think they throw the ball here, Luke?
I mean, I don't know why they would even run it out. They could have had it with 50 seconds at midfield, and they've been moving it very methodically these last 2 drives, but I think they will definitely take a shot. Only risk is turning the ball over, which could definitely happen, but
But with 30 seconds left, I mean, you almost have to throw the ball if you're looking to score.
Yeah, I don't think any kicker's going to be making it from over 30, 40 yards. So they're probably going to have to throw it or do some other pitch play.
And it looks like they are going to look to throw. He's got his man wide open, but he just overthrows him. And if he gets number 22, Christian Travado, that is a Deer Park touchdown. Here we were doubting the Deer Park playbook, and their quarterback just overthrows him. But, I mean, if he connects, that's a 6 for the
I
Deer
don't
Park
know.
Wildcats.
Here's a look at it. He was wide open. Mariemont's got to be dropping some guys back, knowing that it's touchdown or bust on this drive with 20 seconds left. You can't get burned from behind.
And now you'll see Jeb Lindell back there. Definitely going to be a little more careful. Nori Johnson again lines up in the slot, not the backfield. Look for him here if they look to throw it with 25 seconds left. They're just going to hand it off.
Fumble.
Looks like the ball came loose. Looked like Deer Park fell on it.
I think Henry Dunn might have stripped that out. Maybe Milam.
It will stay in Deer Park's possession.
Aaron Vonlin picked that up. Here's a look at it. Snap was clean, handoff, and that is Henry Dunn. He had a strip, fumble, and a touchdown last week. He makes another forced fumble, but the Warriors can't recover.
And that'll bring up the half. Halftime tonight will feature a presentation by the Southwest Ohio Football Coaches Association to former Warrior head coach Curry Cummins of the Steve Clone Man of the Year Award. And halftime will then continue with the senior night presentation of the Mariemont brand and color guard. That is the first half. Deer Park Wildcats 13, Mariemont Warriors 7. We'll be back for the second half of action.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! What a goal! Mariemont going to the championship!
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
teamwork,
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
hustle,
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play. And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning
to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Deanna Bartolet has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
"100 years ago, the League of Women Voters was founded by suffragists who believed in the power of women to create a more perfect democracy. Throughout the last century, we've never stopped moving towards a future where every person in our country is empowered to play a critical role in shaping our democracy. Today, LWV activists throughout the United States are working to expand voting rights, ensure fair representation in government, and push for a more equitable and just political system. This progress is in our DNA, just as our founders did 100 years ago. Today, our activists are shaping the future of voting rights in America. See how their story could be yours.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
We save homes and restore pride. We are people working cooperatively. typical client earns less than $14,000 annually and cannot afford the critical repairs they need to safely live at home, where they desperately want to be. Our services truly change lives, one repair at a time. Our professionally trained staff, along with 25,000 volunteer hours annually, has provided more than 280,000 services for low-income, elderly, and disabled homeowners in our communities. Every service makes an impact. Homes we service have an increased sales price of 10%, and even the value of surrounding homes increase upwards of 3%. Our energy conservation services save clients an average of $300 a year. These total savings from all customers equals over $200,000 in outstanding energy bills paid. With safer living environments, almost 50% of our clients reported improved health, and many are seeking medical attention less frequently. By living healthy at home, over $54,000 in state and federal funds can be saved annually for each client that does not need to move to assisted living. PwC's impact is more than just dollars and cents. Stable homes create stable families, which means children who are moving less frequently can achieve higher academic success. We are an investment in the future. More people living safely in their own home paints a brighter future for everyone, but we can't do it alone. We need your help to continue to build a brighter future for the entire community. Give back and get involved at pwchomrepairs.org.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy. My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
When you vote, something powerful happens to your voice. Your single ballot becomes a megaphone. You stand out and tell your community and our nation what you want for our future. Vote411.org is your tool for accurate and unbiased election information on the issues that affect you and the people you care about. Through Vote 411, you can register to vote using our online form that only takes a few minutes to complete, available in multiple languages. Check your registration status and find out where to vote right on the Vote 411 homepage, and get important up-to-the-minute information on the elections happening in your state and local community through the Vote 411 interactive map. Your voice is strong and important. It is a critical part of our democracy. Vote411.org is your tool for all the election information you need. Get online, get the facts, and make your voice heard on Election Day. Powered by the League of Women Voters Education Fund.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game.
The Warriors in the state finals! State finals! Ohio Wesleyan, here we go!
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC-TV.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
teamwork,
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play. And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning
To set a good example.
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play. And look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartolet has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic medalist.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Years ago, the League of Women Voters was founded by suffragists who believed in the power of women to create a more perfect democracy. Throughout the last century, we've never stopped moving towards a future where every person in our country is empowered to play a critical role in shaping our democracy. Today, LWV activists throughout the United States are working to expand voting rights, ensure fair representation in government, and push for a more equitable and just political system. This progress is in our DNA, just as our founders did 100 years ago. Today, our activists are shaping the future of voting rights in America. See how their story could be yours.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life. The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just going to drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh, man. The selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on, man. Let's put a ride home.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here. Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! What a goal! Mariemont going to the championship game!
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. This is a serious problem, but one we can solve. Visit feedingamerica.org to help. Together we can solve hunger. Together we're feeding America.
On air or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
There's no better feeling than to be a part of a fire department. This is a family.
Police officer, it's a great job. It really is. You never know what you're going to get. You never know who you're going to help.
We're forgetting what's going on outside. We're focusing on what's going on in here, and we're all family.
This idea of a family academy, connecting families to talk about relevant issues.
Unbelievable. Milford has stormed all the way back in this football game. The Warriors in the state finals! Ohio wasn't here.
And it's up to every one of you all to keep this going and carry the torch. I hope you will do that. Thank you.
ICRC-TV.
Hello and welcome back to Kusel Stadium after that halftime. We are back here. We're going to take a quick game recap of what happened in the first half. Both offenses got off to a slow start, but then Deer Park got the ball, marched down the field, and handed it off to Nori Johnson for their first touchdown to give them a quick 7-0 lead. And then later, they would march back down the field, hand it off to Nori again for his second score of the game to make the score 13-zip after missing the extra point. Take another quick look at that. Nori has been everywhere on the field, making a big impact on both sides of the ball. The Warriors then would get the ball back, and after a crazy third down conversion by Glassmeyer, he would run it in himself on first down and goal, making the score 13-7. Deer Park up by 6 to start this second half. Luke, what are the things you're looking for? What do you think the Warriors need to do to come back in this game?
Well, it would be too simple to say slow down to stop Nori Johnson because he's looked unstoppable so far in this one. But I think you just have to try to contain him because stars like him can't be stopped. So if they can slow him down, maybe get some stops and get the ball back into Glassmeyer's hands, and they can do something to get back in this game.
And to start this second half, the Warriors won the toss and deferred, so they will get the ball to start this first half and will look to put 7 on the board and give themselves a lead.
Big drive for Andrew Glassmeyer on the Warriors offense here. So many guys have looked non-existent tonight. A lot of receivers just not involved so far. Glassmeyer's been taking some runs himself, and Green's got a lot of volume. Now behind, look for, of course, Malafa, Borgerding, and Tepe.
And you have to think the Warriors are going to take a couple more shots this half as they are looking to win. The kick is off. Another squib kick to Jonathan Cooper, and he will fall down on the Warrior 43-yard line. It's like the 42-yard line, and the Warriors will take over, and out comes Andrew Glassmeyer, the senior quarterback, playing his last regular season game for the Mariemont Warriors.
It is senior night here, but they will be back at Kusel Stadium in the playoffs. I'm sure the Warriors want to get a comeback win. That'd be a lot of momentum going into the playoffs.
Yes, and something we haven't talked about enough tonight, the camo jerseys provided by the National Guard to the Warriors that they are sporting tonight, not their regular uniforms. And here comes Glassmeyer. Malafa comes in motion. Glassmeyer takes the snap, hands it off to Green, and Green will get about 5 yards there. And they will continue to run the ball like they did in the first half.
Lawson jumped on Green, but Green fell forward. Got a pretty good gain there.
That was a pretty good gain, 40 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6. Glassmeyer maybe looking to take a couple more shots in this half, make sure they get a good scoreless possession. He will come out with an empty backfield. Looks like Malafa and Tepe are in the outside. Malafa in the slot. He's got Green. Green continuing to run, showing off that speed, and gets down to the 30-yard line of the Deer Park Wildcats. Short pass, and Green just shows off that speed and gives another 15 yards.
Where hasn't Seth Green been tonight? Offense, defense, he flies around. That's just a dump off that Green's wide open and has space to run with. Here's a look at it.
Gains about another 15 to 20 after the catch.
He takes off down the sideline.
And good blocking there by Timmy Stewart, the wide receiver, to give him that space. And here comes Glassmeyer again with Green in the backfield. Glassmeyer takes the snap, play action to Green. There's a little bit in the backfield. Looked like a block in the back I saw there. That will be a penalty with what looks like on the Warriors. It was a pretty obvious block in the back, which was an unnecessary penalty for the Warriors. Glassmeyer had some trouble in the backfield.
Let's take a peek at this.
Look at that.
And right there is that Max Tepe.
Looks like that was on Max Tepe, and that will back up the Warriors to about the 45-yard line. Big penalty, bringing up 2nd and 19.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty. Actually going to flip it to first down, but...
First down and 19.
Last time the Warriors had this, it was a 3rd down. They completed it to Timmy Stewart. So they have 3, maybe 4 downs to work with here.
We'll signal Green out of the backfield. In comes Whitmore. Bit of a high throw, but he makes the catch. Only gets about 6 yards, though, which will bring up 2nd and long again.
Let's take a look at this. Designed wide receiver screen. Send Green in motion as a little bit of a decoy. 2 blockers out on the left. Whitmore curls around. Doesn't have too much space, though.
And again, that is Norrie Johnson all over that on the tackle. He just flies around the field at that linebacker safety position that he plays just everywhere on the field on both sides of the ball. Glassmeyer will roll out, make a couple men miss, and he runs out to about the 31-yard line, which will again bring up 3rd and long. That penalty on Tepe was very costly. They had a lot of momentum after the Green dump off. Just a killer to the Warriors' drive.
Head coach and offensive coordinator Nick Leone. We've seen some weird play calls, a lot of screens, and Glassmeyer, so many QB keepers so far.
It's been very interesting versus what we've seen throughout the year.
For sure.
But empty backfield for Glassmeyer. Offensive line, not great protection, but he makes the grab right off the hands of Max Tepe.
Tepe burns Nori Johnson had at least 1 or 2 steps on him. It was a pretty good ball.
Throw.
I think Tepe is going to be kicking himself. Take a look at this.
I mean, a little overthrown, but you kind of have to with the position. You don't want to underthrow him and throw the interception. Great throw with the pressure. Right in his hands, should have had that.
That's a throw that Tepe, junior receiver, should definitely haul in. He'll make the next one. But I think that's more offense we want to see out of the Warriors. I mean, Tepe's there. That's a touchdown.
And Luke, they are going for it on 4th down. Here comes Borderding. Empty backfield again. Again, people in the backfield, but he gets it off. Wow. Is that caught? That is, and that is Max Tepe. He makes up for it quickly, Luke. I don't think that was intended for him. It was underthrown as Glassmeyer was hit while throwing, and Tepe just makes a great play on the ball.
Take a look at this.
2 looks at that. It looks like Tepe might be down. He's running off the field, though. Can't tell if that's Max Tepe.
That is Tepe,
but what a grab. He dropped the one earlier.
Glassmeyer takes a big shot.
Glassmeyer just throws a perfect spiral, and Tepe makes an acrobatic catch. Wow, and then a little bit roughed up at the end of the play, but what a great catch. Makes up for the drop, and Glassmeyer shows some poise in the pocket, looking down the pressure, makes a great throw. Warriors 1st down on the 8-yard line. Glassmeyer makes a couple men miss, spins out, gets close to the goal line. Going to be down at about the 3 or 2 yard line. Another QB keeper, and Andrew Glassmeyer has really been the most heavy used running ball carrier on the Warriors offense so far this evening.
Glassmeyer's playing like a running back. He's spinning, juking, he's breaking tackles.
And
definitely wouldn't expect that out of a quarterback who has over 1,000 passing yards too. I think he's
a very versatile quarterback.
He's dual threat this year.
He's got a great arm, but he's also, if you look at him, built a little bit like a running back as well. A little shorter on the quarterback's side, and he looks like Glassmeyer will run that in just as we're talking about him. Quick snap and 2nd touchdown this evening for Andrew Glassmeyer on the ground. Touchdown, Mariemont Warriors.
Take a look at this. Design QB keeper, same play as the last touchdown Glassmeyer has. Gets stood up at the goal line and finishes forward. He's playing like a running back tonight.
And Glassmeyer just continues to punish the Wildcats on the ground, showing off a side of him that we really haven't seen this year.
Big extra point here for Souders. Missed a few last week. This is to take the lead.
Not a great kick, but it does barely get in. Warriors take the lead 14-13. We're down 13-0. Score 2 unanswered touchdowns. A 1 unanswered touchdown. Wildcats will have a chance to respond. And the game score is 14 Mariemont, 13 Deer Park.
Talk about a change in momentum. Seems like Deer Park was dominating this game early. Mariemont got a touchdown from a 3rd and 15, about 30-yard completion to Timmy Stewart. And on 4th and 10, they throw it over the middle to, I don't even think it was to Tepe on that 4th down conversion.
It was not to Tepe. He was hit while throwing, and Tepe just made a play on the ball. And you got to give a lot of the credit for that touchdown to Max Tepe. It won't show up in the stat sheet, but he extended that drive, took a big hit, held onto the ball, and kept the Warriors into it. We're going to take another look at that play. Glassmeyer had a man coming down, stays poised, hit well thrown. I think it was supposed to be intended for Borderding, or Green, excuse me. But Tepe just makes a great play on the ball, great grab, and here out comes Connor Souders for the kickoff.
Glassmeyer's taken some big shots, big hits on throws, and Sirion Brown was in there on that one last time.
Souders a pretty good kick. It will again go out of bounds. Another costly penalty, the 2nd time that has happened today. The Wildcats will take at the Wildcat 40-yard line, 39-yard line, and is just something you cannot continue to do. The Wildcats have a little trouble moving the ball quickly. You can just not give them the start at that field position. That's just not good for the Warriors. And I know Connor's kicking himself right now.
Connor, he actually hit that one good. It just...
That was a great kick, just little left, takes a bad kick out of bounds. And they're going to now take over on the, looks like the 35-yard line, excuse me.
So it shows you how much special teams can affect a game. Deer Park's losing this game because of a missed extra point. Oh,
and that is what
Jack
looks
Marlin.
like, or excuse me, Ethan Malafa in the backfield, and he is very excited about that. He just came flying.
Malafa standing up, eyeing this down all the way.
And he just comes
through and
flying.
lays a hit.
And then is very excited after the play. Great play by Ethan Malafa.
I think that gets the Warriors excited. Coaches on the sideline hyping the defense up, jumping up and down over there. It's a big hit by Ethan.
That was a huge hit. Runner never had a chance. That was Kendall Lockett in the backfield, and Malafa just met him right as he got the ball. Malafa again gets to the backfield, but they pitch it over to Nori Johnson, and Max Tepe makes the big tackle. He has just been blowing up Deer Park's offense the whole game.
Here's a look at the play. Tepe comes in right from that DB safety / linebacker spot and lays a hit on Nori Johnson. This Warriors second half game plan on defense is working very well so far in these first two downs.
And again, Ethan Malafa got into the backfield, making the quarterback pitch it off to Johnson.
Defensive line has almost looked more explosive than they have ever since in this game. I don't know, that Reading offensive line, Deer Park offensive line could be getting tired.
And they're just getting ready to go. That defensive line is ready to go. And they get into that backfield again, disrupt the play, but they hand it off to Lockett. He gets the edge and is pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line by Jeb Lindell, the safety.
Let's take a look at this. This is a big play for Deer Park because I think they're going to go for it here. There's a Deer Park Wildcat down, but he gets the edge and picks up around 7-8 yards to make this fourth and manageable if they want to go for it. Jeb Lindell, though, saved the play from not getting him up the first down.
And it looks like there is a player down for the Deer Park Wildcats. Unsure who it is. But we will take a quick break, and we'll be back for a 4th and 5 for the Deer Park Wildcats.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports. Three-pointer. Got it! What a goal! Mariemont going to the championship game.
And we are back here for the Mariemont Deer Park game. For that quick little break, that was Ciaron Brown down, and he is walking off on his own power. The Deer Park Wildcats have battled some serious injuries tonight. As we look at the sideline, number 1, Dearest Thomas, who went out on the opening drive, is not in uniform anymore. It is on crutches. We feel really bad for him, and Brown now goes over to the bench.
Brown goes right next to Thomas to join him over there. Got a feel for these guys. 2 big names on the offense. Last game of the season going into the playoffs. You never want that to happen. Brown looks like more of a cramp as he's getting rolled out on the sideline. Still standing up and walking. He could be okay.
And quarterback Jerry Hurd under center again. Got Lockett and Johnson. They pitch it to Nori Johnson. He's really got nowhere to run, but he shows off that speed. Wow. I mean, there is a penalty flag on the play now, though.
There's another Wildcat down.
Number 22, Jeb Lindell was down. And also, a Deer Park Wildcat down again. And you really have to feel for these Wildcats who are really battling injuries at the moment.
Especially with such a low amount of guys. Bench is pretty empty in front of us over here. And Lindell, that's a big name for the Warrior defense. He hobbled off the field on his own power, but this Deer Park player down, he does get up on his own power.
And that is number 50
for
Aaron Bolland. We hope he is all right. Number 58, Jacob Montgomery, will come into the game to replace him on the O-line. Wow, we little concerned with the injury, but Nori Johnson, we're going to take a look here. Looked, face mask was the call, so they get more yardage. It looked like he was going to be stopped short. Tepe kind of had him, but he just shows off that speed, turns the corner, and they just could not get him.
Looked like no one could cut off Johnson when he got the corner, blew by like 3 guys. Tepe almost blew that up.
So much speed.
He's a game changer single-handedly.
I mean, without Nori Johnson, I don't know where the Deer Park Wildcats are right now. He's been both sides of the ball. They're going to hand it off to Kendall Lockett, number 11, and he just shows a lot of power. Gets to about the 49, 48-yard line of the Warriors, and they are in Mariemont territory. And we'll bring up. And these Wildcats just keep running that ball. It'll bring up 2nd and 4, and they've got about 3 plays to get 4 yards. And with their run game, I mean, they just continue to pound the ball down the Warriors' road.
Hopefully we can see another play like Malafa had and Milan's done so far where they can get in that backfield.
It seemed like they were very excited the defensive line was going to start making some plays after Malafa's big tackle and really pumping everybody up, but it just slowed down, and that penalty has been very costly. Penalties have really hurt the Warriors today. Another big run by Kendall Lockett, and he is just so hard to bring down. He's taken 2-3 guys with him on every run.
Gets that about to the 33-yard line, and Lockett's look just as good as some other guys. Of course, Johnson stands out with his 2 touchdowns. Here's a look at it. Just breaks the edge, pushes off 3 defenders, and he's just falling forward all night, getting another 3 or 4 yards on every carry, and his quick speed off the line of scrimmage gets him plenty of yards.
And you really got to think Kendall Lockett is the backup, Luke. De'Aris Thomas is the starter who went down in the first drive, and Lockett has played great stepping in, just very powerful runner. Johnson will line up in the slot, it looks like. Oh, and they're going to throw, and they've got Johnson. They have him, and that's another Nori Johnson touchdown. And the Deer Park Wildcats coaches who are next to us are very excited about that play.
It's a heck of a play call there.
Heck of a play call. Their 4th throwing attempt of the game. And they connect on Nori Johnson again.
Great
throw. And Johnson just makes an athletic catch. Jeb Lindell tries to strip him, tackle him, but Nori Johnson has just been too much for the Warriors to handle tonight.
That's just another play that defensive, offensive coordinators were excited over there for a reason. Drew that up to perfection. We saw that earlier. The ball was just not there. Ball drops right in Johnson's arms. They get 6.
And now the Wildcats are going for 2. And wow, Nori Johnson has just hurt the Warriors so badly on both sides of the ball. I mean, he's just a great football player. He goes in motion. They hand it off to Johnson, and he throws it. Wow. Oh, he dropped it.
Oh.
That was a great play call. I really didn't see that coming. It looked like the Warriors had him. They didn't see it coming.
Let's look at this. So what happens here?
Number 22.
Johnson on the pitch
Christian
here.
Christian Travato drops it.
They throw this good ball right in his hands. That's actually...
Oh, it's like Sarion Brown.
It goes through his hands. Warriors catch a break there.
And he's kicking himself there, but Wildcats shrugged it off. That was a great drive by them. Thrown it a couple times. All they've done is run the ball. But the Warriors just didn't really expect it. They had nobody. I mean, Luke, every time the Wildcats have looked to throw it, their man's been wide open. It's just whether or not the quarterback, Jerry Hurd, can put it on him.
Well, that run game It's just, if the run game's effective, it's going to open up the air game, and they go not so much play action, but everything they do when they throw, it's pretty much play action with the 2 running backs in the backfield. Everyone's guessing run, and they play Johnson on that play in like the tight end spot, and he just runs a straight streak, and he's faster than everyone on the field, and when they think run, he can get 5 steps on him, and he's gone.
Yeah, it seems like when they're going to throw the ball, Johnson does not line up in the backfield. I mean, when he's in the backfield, they're running the ball, but if they're passing it, Norrie Johnson will not be in the backfield because he is their really only receiving weapon.
Mariemont almost has some mishaps on special teams there.
And that is again to Jonathan Cooper, who has recovered every one but one kickoff return. A little bit went through him, but he jumps on the ball, and it'll be Warriors ball at the 40-yard line. The Warriors have to respond here. They had some great momentum after that touchdown, but just the defense has been unable to stop that Deer Park running game.
Warriors defense looks not too good. If they need to bank on themselves getting a stop in the 4th quarter, they would not like to see that. Senior quarterback Andrew Glassmeyer, they need him to get down the field here and get some points to take this lead.
And Warriors are ready. Glassmeyer under the shotgun, hands it off to Green. Green cuts under, big run. Wow, with that Green speed, somebody's drowning him down. Touchdown, Mariemont Warriors. Seth Green, his 2nd touchdown of the year. He's coming off an injury, and he just explodes through that hole. One of the fastest players in the CHL, an absolute beast.
Seth Green takes off through the middle, all kinds of space. And did he show off his speed? He outran Norrie Johnson, who ended up catching up to him at the end of the run for 40 yards there on that carry.
And that really shows how fast Norrie is. To be behind Seth Green, one of the fastest players in the league, and be able to not get him in time, but get him at all. But Seth Green explodes through that hole, cuts back, touchdown, Mariemont Warriors. The kick is good.
Kick, but that's confusing. Warriors only go up 2 there on that kick. If they went for 2, they could go up by a field goal, but I don't think Deer Park's going to be kicking any field goals. Here's a look at the run. Hole is wide open for Seth Green, who just uses his good quickness and sprints up the middle. Number 6 on Deer Park cannot catch him. Norrie catches him, but not for too late. 6 points, Seth Green and the Warriors.
Great hole, explodes. And wow, he is fast.
Number 6 for the Wildcats, Marcus Hedges was step for step for him, and Seth got a second wave of energy once he hits the hole right there. Looks like Hedges was going to catch up to him, and Seth pulls away.
And then Norrie Johnson comes out of nowhere, almost gets him at the end, but Seth is just too quick for them. Touchdown, Mariemont Warriors up 21-19. And Luke, I am a little confused why they didn't go for 2, because there is no difference between 21-19 and 20-19.
I thought that initially, and I was very confused.
Would have to go for that.
With the way we've seen the Deer Park kicker, he's 1 for 2 on extra points, and the first one that went in was not the best looking kick. I don't think he could make anything besides extra points.
Souders keeps it in bounds, but does kick it off to Norrie Johnson, who is one player you do not want to hand the ball to, but he is brought down pretty quickly by Mac McKeelan and number 76.
Reese Hendricks was also in on
Hendricks, the junior, the first time we've called his name today. A very energetic guy on that Warriors team.
This is a big drive for the Wildcats offensively, and especially for the Warriors defensively. Wildcats take so much time off the clock. If they can go in and score here, it's going to be late in the 4th quarter until Mariemont gets the ball
back. And I know
back.
It's not a very high-scoring game, but really the Warriors haven't stopped the Wildcats in the last 3 drives. They just take so much time off the clock. It's hard to score a lot. I think the Wildcats have scored a touchdown on their last 3 possessions.
They've looked almost flawless ever since the 2nd drive of the game.
And again, a QB sneak, but looks like max step.
Jack
Borgerding was all over that. Borgerding with the tackle. Jerry Hurd confused everybody but Borgerding and wraps him up in the backfield for a loss of 4, which will bring up 2nd and 14.
Let's take a look at this. Jack Borgerding really big force on the outside, just blows this play up, reads it from the jump. That's a great open field tackle to do single-handedly.
Yeah, Hurd had everybody confused but Borgerding. You got to think if he burns Borgerding, that's a big gain. So great play by Jack Borgerding.
Haven't called his name too much tonight. He's definitely a big presence for the Warriors on offense and defense.
Hurd will hand it off to Brown in motion, and he fumbles it. And I think that's going to be Warriors ball. And that is, they're looking to clean up. Warriors football. It looks like that is.
Bunch of guys in on that one. Jack McCluskey running off the field.
I think Jack McCluskey was the person.
And Barrett Lindell.
Looks like Jack McCluskey and Barrett Lindell were the people to grab the ball. And Deer Park has not turned it over, but that fumble is super costly. Looks like it was Jack Borgerding.
And McCluskey falls on it.
Jack McCluskey falls on it. Great heads-up play by Jack McCluskey. But what a strip by Jack Borgerding.
Searon Brown, he hasn't got too many carries. He dropped the two-point conversion attempt and now gives it away in their own territory. That's a tough night for him.
Out comes Glassmeyer looking to capitalize. And
watch for Borgerding here.
And he's got Jack Borgerding. Warriors, he drops it. Wow.
He dropped it. Flag down.
A flag down. I think he hit him after the play.
That's definitely a catchable ball. Jack in his arms. We called it.
We all could see it through the air. Perfectly thrown ball by Andrew Glassmeyer. Could not have dropped it on a better spot. Borgerding, a little slow to get up. I don't know what happened there, but
I think he's just kicking himself.
That was a touchdown all the way. Wow. I mean, Luke, that was just, couldn't have drawn it up better. We all saw it from the beginning. Jack Borgerding, he had him beat, and then Glassmeyer just throws an absolute dime right in his hands. And Borgerding just drops it.
We're going to see what this flag is on the play. Oh, you could see it, 1v1 coverage, Tom. We almost called that before it happened.
It's actually a penalty on the Warriors. Oh, never mind. A personal foul.
On the defense.
And a holding. I think they're offsetting.
They should offset.
Should be offsetting. Yeah, they will offset. Little confusion with the refs.
Here's the replay. Borgerding, it is in his hands.
Oh, it's actually. Are they off? It looks like the Warriors will get some yardage.
I think they're going to get 5 yards here.
5.
Personal foul's 15-yard penalty.
Holding was 10. But wow, I mean, that was a touchdown all the way. Warriors beginning to show some energy and take some shots. We'll just dump it off to Seth Green, who bounces off a tackle, comes on the edge. Nori Johnson cannot bring him down. Flag down. I wonder what that call was.
I haven't seen too many flags
It looked
tonight.
like Johnson might have led with his head, Luke, if I'm not mistaken. But
right as he hit him, he quit on the play and just
then there was
shrugged
a flag right as he hit him. So I wonder if he led with his head.
Now his head is in the air in frustration. This is definitely going to be on Nori Johnson.
I think he led with his helmet, and that's a
personal foul.
That's a personal foul.
Penalty.
And that is a 15-yard penalty. You cannot lead with your helmet. And Nori knew it immediately.
Take a look at this replay here. Green bounces off one, gets some yardage, and here's the hit right there. Oh, so it's going to be a face mask as he tugs Green's face mask. Johnson knew it right from the time it happened.
And really, the Warriors haven't really gotten that much yardage, but they've advanced the ball 30 yards on personal. Oh, and he's going to hand it off to Green, and that play just blown up from the start. Hit in the backfield.
Number 5, Daron Brooks. Great play there. Drags Green down. That's about the first time Seth hasn't broken at least one tackle on one of these runs so far.
And the Warriors have started to take some more shots at the end zone, showing a more aggressive play calling by head coach and offensive coordinator Nick Leone. And it's really showed off. They've got 2 touchdowns this half. So that's been something to look for as we have 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. Glassmeyer takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking for what looks like Max Tepe, who ran out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Nice little short pass to bring up a 3rd and 9, just a 3-yard gain. Ball is on the 12-yard line, and this will be 3rd and 9.
A roll glass out here. Saw the end zone. There was 2 guys running. They were all running towards the left sideline, but no one was open in the end zone. Just good senior call out of Glassmeyer. Dump it off to Tepe, not risk the interception interchangeable.
Glassmeyer in the shotgun. Signals Tepe into motion. Looks back and is just, and he drops the ball.
The fumble is going to be Deer Park
I think that's
football.
Deer Park football. Wow, the one thing you can't do in the red zone.
That is awful. Guys excited. Daron Brooks and 55, Caden Lawson. I think both of them were in on that stop. We're going to get another look at it in a second, but that's a costly turnover for the Warriors.
After the fumble and then the missed touchdown and then another fumble, you have to think they're just killing themselves.
Here it is.
There.
Glassmeyer has it. It looks like he's going to take the sack no matter what, and he
just
drops the ball.
it. Got to go down there. Wow, the only mistake Andrew Glassmeyer's made this far. He's played a great game running the ball and throwing the ball.
That's going to be a costly mistake if
just,
Deer Park didn't advance this football.
That was a very costly mistake. Johnson in motion. They hand it off to Kendall Lockett, and he's going to come down to about the 29-yard line.
The clock runs down to the end of the 3rd quarter. Mariemont had a really good start, and I think for 3/4 of this 3rd quarter, and
played great football.
Dropped a touchdown and gave it away in the red zone.
Between the green run and then that long pass to perfect Jack Borderding and then the fumble. And that will conclude our 3rd quarter of play. Deer Park 19, Mariemont 21, leading by 2 coming into this 4th quarter. And we will take a quick break. We are actually going to stay here for the 4th quarter.
It's a big drive. We're going to change side of the field here. Entering the 4th quarter, Mariemont had a great comeback, but now this last few minutes of the 3rd quarter, they did everything they can to give this game away.
Yeah, they really shot themselves in the foot there with that fumble. But the Warriors will look to get a stop, get the ball back, and really put a dagger to win this football game. Go 4-2 on their season.
Remember the last time the Warriors defense was out on the field, big hit, stripped it out. I think it was Borcherding who had it last time. And
McCluskey recovery.
That would have been a great
drive. Was looking promising.
Borcherding could have got the fumble and the touchdown. It's all right. He's had 4 or 5 touchdowns already this year. I'm sure he'll get another one, but if the Warriors seem to not hold on to this one, he's going to be very upset with himself.
And just some announcements. The Lady Warriors soccer travel to Turpin tomorrow at 3 and 5. The varsity team will travel to Finneytown on Monday at 6:30, and both teams travel to Deer Park on Wednesday at 5 and 7. We also want to give a shout out to the boys golf team for winning the sectional tournament. That is Lockett on the carry. We'll grab about 4 yards there.
Bring up 3rd and 2 here.
3rd and 3, excuse me.
It's a big down. Like we said earlier so many times, I think being down right now in this game, we haven't seen them punt yet tonight.
This will be interesting. I would think they're going to go for it.
The thing is, though, they are deep. Not so deep, but deeper than they have been all night.
I don't know if they trust their punter enough to advance it even more than yard. But 3rd and 3, hands it off to Lockett, and he is stopped. Actually, looks like Hurd kept the ball.
We can't get it.
It's
can't
hard.
Really see
it's hard even as the announcers to follow this. What's happening here? And that is enough for the first
Here's
down.
a look at it. It just gets all clogged up at the line of scrimmage.
And then you see him just
disappears.
The whole Warriors line is tackling Kendall Lockett. Nobody knew he had the football.
If he didn't trip himself up, he would have had a touchdown all the way down the field. Not a single Warriors player was trying to tackle him in that play.
He just trips up on the pile. And this will bring up 1st and 10 as the Deer Park Wildcats are trying to march down the field and get 6 points. Hurd under center. Nori Johnson in motion. Pitch to Johnson. Johnson looks to go out the outside, and that is the first time the Warriors have been able to get down Johnson. before he really comes into his stride.
Ethan Malafa and Barrett Lindell, also Henry Dunn. I think it takes more than 2 or 3 guys to tackle Nori Johnson.
Ethan first on the grab, and he holds him down, and then it looks like Seth finishes him off, and then Henry Dunn, and then Mac McKeown. It takes about 4 guys to bring Johnson down, which is really saying something. If Ethan Malafa at 6'6", 215 pounds, has a tough time bringing you down.
Henry Dunn laid a big hit on Johnson to finish off that group tackle. That's good team tackling, though.
There's about 4 guys in on that tackle. Here comes Hurd. Johnson is in the slot. You have to think maybe they're going to throw it, but Hurd keeps it himself and is stopped pretty close line, but flag is down. Wonder who that is on. It's hard to tell who that was on from here.
Jack McCluskey, good tackle at the end to slow down.
Another Wildcat is down. That is, again, Sarion Brown, his second time going down this game. Wonder if it's a reoccurring injury for him. And that it is a penalty on the Mariemont Warriors as a face mask.
And we're going to look at this replay here. What happens is Hurd keeps it himself, and I don't see a face mask here.
Looks like number 18 off the ball, Seth Green. His
right
second
there on the block.
His second or third personal foul of this game.
So the face mask was on Brown, who went down, and he immediately grabbed his eye. I think he might have caught Green's fingers to his eyes. It's on your screen now there. I think he's okay. I think
he's just going to take a couple plays off here. Another costly penalty on the Warriors that just is helping this Deer Park offense advance the ball. And when they run it as much as they do, it's just you cannot give them more help. Hurd is under center. Again, they continue to run down this play clock. And Luke, if the Wildcats do score, the Warriors are not going to have a lot of time to score here.
They have held on to all 3 of their timeouts, but I would say around definitely under 4 minutes if they keep driving at the pace that they are.
Last-second pitch to Johnson, who is brought down by David Dorston and Seth Green. Green shows some sportsmanship, helps Johnson up. Johnson wobbling off the field, it looks like. No, he's just grabbing the ball, but he's definitely
Here's a look at it.
a little shaken up.
To Johnson, 14, Whitmore, I think, in on that. And
looked like Seth Green and David Dorston. Johnson hobbled back into the play a little bit, but he will play through. Deer Park continues to run this play clock down. I mean, they are running it down as far as they can.
I think it's a smart play. If they can score here, they could put this game.
And that is Kendall Lockett, burst of speed.
Touchdown.
And that is a touchdown, Deer Park Wildcats. Wow.
Kendall Lockett.
Warriors team has
takes
just
it
been
the distance.
This Warriors defense has just been unable to stop that Wildcat run game. And Kendall Lockett and Nori Johnson have single-handedly carried this Wildcats team to 4 touchdowns.
I think that's an understatement. They are all the offense we've seen all
Nori has
night.
3 touchdowns, and Lockett has 1, but a lot of rushing yards.
Can't walk out of here without giving credit to that offensive line. 2 of these touchdowns have been untouched runners who took it the distance after that was 50 yards of untouched football.
And really 3 of them. Nori Johnson, 2 of his touchdowns was not even touched into the end zone. And they're going for 2 here, which is a
very big play.
Very big play. And he's going to hand it off to Lockett, who is going to be, looks like he stopped short. The score will stay 25-21. Deer Park up by 4, and the Warriors will get the ball with 8 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game.
It's weird timing here for the Warriors. They had that shot play, which gave the Warriors 8 minutes to work with, but they definitely aren't going to use all 8 minutes. Rarely see a drive that long, even at a Deer Park, but take a look at this 2-point try. Looks like a pretty basic play compared to some we've seen tonight. Luckett, the running back, he just kind of walked into the Mariemont line who stood him up for.
They tried to go on the outside there, but the Warriors line was all over that wow, I mean, Kendall Lockett, who put that team on his back, continues to just burn the Warriors on the run game.
They cannot stop the run, but if Glassmeyer can take this team down the field, it would show a lot of guts out of the senior. It's a big, big way to end the season or the regular season. If they could get this comeback win, and they see themselves down again in this one after giving it away last time when they had the ball in the red zone.
And Glassmeyer coming off the fumble, great competitor that he is, I'm sure is excited to get back out there and really wants to get on the field and score a touchdown.
See if we have the same type of roller kick we've seen all night.
And it looks like we will. Oh, wow.
Oh,
and that is Deer Park ball. And the mishaps of the Mariemont kickoff team have continued.
We've seen that
They've
more
done
and
it
more
4
times all year. That was a designed onside kick from the jump. I think it hit Robbie Hargrave, the freshman, and he didn't know he was coming. Everyone's got to be prepared for these. Just hit him right in the foot, and Deer Park jumps on it. That was textbook.
Yeah, and with this Deer Park running offense, that you just can't do. I mean, the Warriors have to get a stop here.
That could have just won the game for them.
They need a stop here.
Special teams is so underrated at any level of football.
And these Warriors need to show some guts and stop the Deer Park offense for really the first time tonight. Hurd under center. He's got Kendall Luckett. Hands it off to, well, he keeps himself again. Everybody on the field, again, thought Luckett had the ball.
Jack Milam made the play on Luckett, and it was been blown up, but here's a look at it.
Pulls the ball out.
Just holds it. I think Luckett had it, and he just ripped it out of his hands and picks up 5 on his own.
Hurd's played a great game. You know, he's been a game manager. He made no mistakes, thrown 1 touchdown for about 1 for 5 on his attempts.
They
played a
haven't
very
turned
good
it
game.
over besides the
running back, Sarion Brown, fumble, but that was more of a forced fumble by Jack Borderding. Jerry Hurd just has not gotten enough credit for the game he's played.
It's got to be a pretty tough offense to run. You would think it's pretty easy, but he has to decide every play. They're not designed who gets it. He pulls it on his own.
It's a lot of QB option. And here he's going to keep it by himself. For himself.
Fumble.
Oh, a fumble.
We jinxed it, Tom.
And I think it might be Warriors football. It is Warriors football. Wow, what a great play.
That was a terrible decision. I don't think there's any other way to put it. He was going down and tried to pitch it.
That was the announcer's jinx right there, Lou. Wow. We gave him all that credit for not turning the ball over. In the first play, he fumbles it. And it is now going to be Mariemont ball.
Here's a look at it. So he picks up around 2 or 3 yards here. And as he's getting taken down, he tries to pitch it off. And he gets hit.
And that, yep.
And then he loses the ball.
A lot of guys pile on it. It'll be Mariemont ball. They get the ball right back. Glassmeyer now gets his chance to get on the field and score a touchdown with 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Mariemont defense comes up huge there.
He's going to hand it off to Green, who tries to get around that edge, cuts back in. Big run. Gets ran out at about the Deer Park 45-yard line, and Seth Green continues his monstrous game.
Great sportsmanship at the end of the run by linebacker Darren Brooks. Green, again, blown up play, guys all over him, cuts it to the middle, picks up 7 yards.
And Seth Green has just been all over the field, really hurting this Wildcats defense on the ground.
He's got to be pretty tired.
In his first game back from injury, too. He's missed a couple of weeks. Jack McCluskey stepped in big in the run game. Also did freshman Ryan Glassmeyer taking a lot of carries. They will hand it off to Seth Green.
He stood up. Darren Brooks. Seen him all over the field in the second half on defense. I think he was in there on the fumble last drive. And
will bring up
big third down here. Warriors being down, they have 2 downs to work with this third down from around the 50-yard line.
They will not punt the ball here.
No chance. if I'm Nick Leone, ground game's been working. Green stood up there. They're going to go 5 wide. I would definitely watch out for Tepe and Malafa here.
And you also have to look for Green, who's been a big option in the pass game, cutting under that middle. And they're going to look right for Green. Grab, gets hit at about the 37-yard line.
Great
wow,
call there.
Seth Green's just been everywhere. What a weapon, used on the ground and through the air.
Here's a look at it. This route is sometimes called a zig route. He jumps in and turns right for the sideline. It's almost a 3 or 4 yard route, and then when he has room, he turns up down the sideline. Great play call by Nick Leone, great execution, and good ball by Glassmeyer.
And Seth Green has really been the Warriors' best option in the receiving game as well. Leads the team in receptions tonight. Glassmeyer with another empty backfield. Looks for Malafa, who had the ball, but is hit by what looks like number 6. Number 6, Marcus Hedges on the pass breakup. Malafa definitely had it in his hand, and Hedges breaks it up, which brings up 2nd and 10 for the Warriors at the 38-yard line of the Deer Park Wildcats. Jack Borgerding now enters the game.
Haven't seen too many shots right on cue. Could look for Borgerding on a streak up the middle.
Borgerding is definitely their deep threat. Is being low throw.
Good
Looks
catch
like
by
it
Tepe.
was held on by Tepe, who's played a great game tonight on offense and defense. Another very nice grab by Tepe. Picks
Here's
up
a look at it.
3 yards to bring up 3rd and 7.
When we talked to Malafa before the game today, he said on offense, Coach Leone told them, take what the defense gives you. That's a 5-yard route there. Route before when the pass was breaking up from Malafa, the intended receiver. They're just taking what the defense can give them.
And it looked like Glassmeyer initially was looking at Borgerding down the middle, but had Johnson and Hedges on him, so he dumped it down to Tepe, and Tepe makes the good grab on a low ball.
Warriors need to pick up some yards to make this 4th and manageable if they are short on 3rd
Tepe
down.
comes in motion, cuts down, and dropped by Timmy Stewart. He had the ball and again was broken up. It now brings up 4th down and 7 to go. And this Warriors offense will stay on the field, needing 7 yards.
Glassmeyer runs over to the huddle. Here's a look at it. Ball is there. It looks like
really good throw by Glassmeyer.
Like Stewart gets hit before the ball is to him. Maybe a flag was needed there on the defense, but this is a big 4th down for the Mariemont offense. 5 minutes to go.
And another really good throw by Glassmeyer. He's 5 wide, empty backfield. Tepe comes in motion. Glassmeyer gets the snap. He's got people in the backfield, stands in the pocket. Overthrown. No flags on the play. Deer Park Wildcats ball with 5 minutes and 19 seconds left. That was on the offensive line there, Luke.
Well, Deer Park does bring the blitz here. They get to Glassmeyer. I didn't give the receivers too much time to get open. Glassmeyer gets hit as he throws. Ball was definitely off target. They bring the blitz. Here it is, right up the gut. Darron Brown.
He had his man, Tepe. Well, he's covered by Nori Johnson pretty tight. Just deep blitz really didn't give him any time. And in comes Jerry Hurd, the quarterback for the Wildcats, after his miscommunication error, trying to pitch the ball that resulted in a fumble. Gives it off to Kendall Luckett, who will be stopped short of what looks like he will get about a yard or two. 2 yards, which brings up 2nd and 8, and the Warriors need a stop here.
It's a good start to the drive for the Warriors defense. Slow them down, bring up 2nd and long. If they can get a 3rd and long, I would doubt with the lead Deer Park would go for it on a 4th and medium or 4th and long in their own territory.
And the Warriors need to get this ball back. The defense needs to step up big. They've been gashed all night with the rushing game. But it is no time but now to step up and make a play. They're really running down this clock. It is now 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Hurd takes all the time he can. Still waiting. They're going to take as much time off as they can on every possession. They hand it off to Luckett again, and Hurd's just stuffed. And Luke, as you see there, when Hurd hands it off, he keeps it in there. He's looking to grip it out, and which is why he's confused everybody.
Here we go.
So many
Great play by Henry Dunn. Gets immediate penetration through the line. Tepe comes in from the outside to push him over. That's a negative gain there. 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. This is a big play. The Warriors cannot let up a good amount of yardage. They need to keep them at 3rd and long to force them to either punt it or throw the ball, which the Wildcats do not like doing. They cannot give up a good chunk of yardage here and make it a runnable down for them.
They're going to run this clock as much as they can, approaching the 3:30 mark. Mariemont still has all their timeouts. I wouldn't be surprised if they stop them here and call a timeout.
Mariemont gave up the ball at the 5.5-minute mark, and it has already been 2 minutes. They hand it off to Johnson. Got to get the stop. He bounces off a couple of tackles, but he is stopped. Wow, big play. Great tackling by the Mariemont Warriors.
Great group tackling. We've seen that all night. That's what it takes to stop Johnson. And just like I said, Mariemont Warriors going to call it timeout. 4th down, 3 minutes left. I don't think they're going to go for it here. Here's a look at the replay.
And Nori Johnson, since the touchdown grab, has not been very effective for the Wildcats after burning the Warriors on virtually every play. And that was David Dorston stopping him.
Jack
McCluskey coming up big as well.
Jack McCluskey slowed him down, but I don't think anyone in space can tackle Nori Johnson.
It took about 5 Warriors to bring Johnson down. They still couldn't bring him down. Play was blown dead because of forward progress.
That's what it takes.
But Johnson is just so hard to bring down. But great play by the Warriors. It'll be interesting to see what the Wildcats do. We have not seen them punt it once today, but it is 4th and 7 with the ball on their own 38. The Warriors' defense is coming out. It looks like they anticipate the Deer Park Wildcats to go for this. And this is a big play, Luke. And with how much time the Wildcats will take off, you got to think this might be.
Well, this is in Wildcat territory.
It looks like they
might putt this. Yes, they will.
The Warriors are not prepared.
Don't have a guy back.
They don't even have a guy back. They're sending Seth Green back. They thought this was going to be a.
They could.
But they are staying alert. You can tell all Warriors. They do not even have their special teams out. This is interesting. They are punting. They punt it. Very high punt. Let it go. They're trying to let it go. It takes a couple good kicks. But the smart thing by the Warriors was to let the ball go.
They get spotted at the 35. Senior Andrew Glassmeyer. He's got to do the 3-minute drill here. Big drive. He could put this game away and win it. That's all they can ask for. Defense comes up huge for the Mariemont Warriors.
Big defensive possession. They've come back twice in a row. First with the fumble, of course, and now with the stop. 3 and out. The Warriors will take over on their own 35. Andrew Glassmeyer comes out in his last regular season game and will try to lead these Warriors to another victory for a 4-2 season. Wow.
Should be a great comeback on senior night.
Glassmeyer takes the snap, hands it off to Green, who gets around that edge. Green, using his speed, ran out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
I think both teams are gassed. Tons of guys playing on both sides of the ball. On defense, Deer Park, they've played pretty good all night, holding the Warriors to 21 points. But it'd be big if Glassmeyer could take them down the field, because I think it'd put it away.
And sorry, I misspoke. Down at the 44-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 1. Great run by Green to start this drive off. Glassmeyer will hand it off to Green again. He does the same thing, running around that edge. Looks to have gotten the first down.
I think he might be short of the mark here by a
It will definitely
yard.
Be short.
Yes, he is going to be short by maybe less than a yard.
It is going to be 3rd and 1, probably 3rd and inches. They have 2 downs, though, to get this first down.
Warriors holding on to 2 of their timeouts. 3rd down here.
And the big thing here is to make sure to hold on to the ball if you are Seth Green. Cannot give this ball back. And that's a false start. It's going to be, it's incomplete. Borgerding had the ball, but Nori Johnson breaks it up. But I think, nonetheless, this down is going to be repeated. Looked like a false start by Matt Tepe, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is a weird play because the refs did not call this play dead. Trainer's running onto the field here. Oh, there's a guy down right on the sideline here that we could not see.
It looks to be Jack. Is it a Mariemont player?
It is.
It is Jack Borgerding.
He has battled through injuries. This
had an ACL tear last year. He wears the brace. It's just something you don't want to see. If it was against Mariemont, I think people are going to be upset that they didn't call the play dead.
I think he's looking at his hand right now, his left hand or forearm.
Borgerding gets up.
It's good to see it's not the knee, but hopefully he's okay. Big part of the Warriors' offense.
There was a false start that you can see at the bottom of your screen in a second. Looked like Max Tepe on the false start.
They rolled Glassmeyer out. Timing on those are tough. They only needed 1 yard.
If there wasn't the false start, it looked like it was going to be a first down, but Nori Johnson broke up the pass. They declined the penalty, which will bring up 4th and 1.
So that was a weird play. The false
call.
start happened before the play, like right as it happened, which normally they should be calling that play dead, which would bring up a 3rd and 7. But since it's an incomplete pass, they're going to just decline the penalty and bring up 4th and 1. Big play for Andrew Glassmeyer and the senior. Let's see what
This is
Leon
the
dials
game
up.
right here you have to think. They hand it off to Seth Green. Does he get it? He dives for it.
Let's see the spot.
It's going to depend on the spot. It's awfully close.
They've not given him a good spot here.
I don't think he got it, Luke.
I think he's going to be short or on the marks.
He dove for it. It was awfully close. Seth's last-minute effort might have got him the first down. We're not hearing a signal. Depends on the spot.
Here's some looks at
It's short.
It's going to be short in Deer Park.
Deer Park, it looks like they will probably win this game.
Mariemont still has 2 timeouts. They still have a chance.
They need to stop the Deer Park Wildcats, though. Wow. We'll take over on downs. They had 3 tries at it after having the big green run, ran the same play 3 times, and were unable to get a yard either of the 3 times. And Luke, that was an awfully bad spot by the refs there.
I think Green extended at the end of the run and could have got
It looked like it was
sticks.
close. Definitely a judgment call. Refs made the call. Deer Park will take over at the Mariemont 44.
I did not like that play call. They ran it to the lesser side of the field, so they had less field to work with. Didn't give Green the space that he needs to bust it open. I think if he ran it the other way, he could have extended because he had more room.
Definitely. Yeah, he didn't get tackled, just ran out of room there, really. And,
it's a big stop.
By the
Henry
Warriors.
Dunn.
Henry Dunn
And
then
Jack
Jack
Milam.
Milam will come in.
Warriors
immediately
timeout.
call the timeout.
Here,
We're going to take a look at that spot on 4th down run by Seth Green here in a second. They run it to the short side of the ball. He's coming in. It looks awfully close.
So he extends it with his left hand.
It looks like he's right on the mark. It just depends. We can't tell from this angle on where he went out of bounds. But it looks like the whole Warriors sideline thought he had it. Interesting spot.
He had no room there. That weak side of the field got clogged up in a hurry by the speedy Deer Park defense. I would have loved to see it go the other way.
Would love to see it go the other direction.
Maybe an
and
Andrew
give Seth
Glassmeyer
a little more room with how much speed he has. We're going to take a look at that tackle for a loss. This was a big play by the Warriors. Because if Nori Johnson gets a big run there, you got to think the game's over.
Jack Milam.
Jack Milam, and then Henry Dunn comes in.
Fights through that line.
And now this makes the game interesting because it's 2nd and 14. They get a couple stops here. They could end up getting the ball back.
They could call an immediate timeout after this and bring up 3rd down. I think the Warriors could have a chance of getting it back with around 1:20 to 1:30 left.
We might have spoken too soon about the ball. Well, and Nori Johnson looks like he's going to get the first down.
See this spot here. It could be a little short.
Could be short.
He is short. Mariemont's going to call a timeout on 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, and this is a big down. And Nori Johnson hobbles off the field. He is really struggling with something going on with his right leg or foot, but he will stay in the game. He is really toughing it out there.
That was a massive gain by Johnson.
To gain 13 yards there, one more yard and you really would have put the Warriors to sleep with 1:48 left.
We might have just done that because this third down, even if they're stood up, they are still going to go for it on fourth down now in Warrior territory.
And with 2 downs left, that's going to, if the Warriors somehow do get the ball back, they're going to have about 45 seconds left to go about 70 yards.
I think if they can get
But first things first, the Warriors need to get the stop here.
On third down, and then that's good. They just have to do it play by play. Milam and Henry Dunn. They need to get some penetration here to get the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Johnson's shaken up. Might not see him on this call.
It looks like he is going to stay in the game. Johnson is one tough guy, showing off what kind of player he is. I think you got to look for the QB sneak here too, Luke. Hurd has shown that he does it a lot. And he does, and that is going to be a first down.
That's the ball game.
And that looks like it'll most likely be the ball game.
Deer
First
Park
down.
is going to go to 3-3 on the year. Same with the Warriors. Going to the playoffs, that was a big win for them. Clock will run. Mariemont is now out of timeouts.
They did call the timeout. Game is not yet over, but it looks very bad for the Mariemont Warriors. With 1:45 left and no timeouts and 4 downs for the Wildcats to work with. If they just hold on to the ball here.
They just need to take a knee, actually.
Just take a knee, yeah. Looks like that's probably what they're going to do.
Now in victory formation. That's a tough loss for Mariemont. Seems like they had the comeback.
Loss. Looks like they had it. Looks like they were going to have a chance. But it will be Wildcats in victory formation. And that will be the game. Warriors will fall to 3-3. Wildcats will go to 3-3 with the win. You will see the Mariemont Warriors next Saturday against the Reading Blue Devils.
Playoff game.
In a playoff game here at Kusel Stadium. And the Wildcats play a great game. Their rushing attack was virtually unstoppable. And Nori Johnson plays a great game. 3 touchdowns. Kendall Luckett with 1 and a lot of rushing yards. The big fumble recovery on the onside kick. And the Wildcats will go to 3-3. And will take this last knee. And that will be the game. Deer Park, they're super excited. Great game played by them. Really methodical, moving that ball down the field.
I think they came in more prepared, to be honest. Offensively, I did not like the play calls tonight. Maybe they just didn't execute like they have so far this year in the games they've won, but the defense stepped up when they needed to. It felt like they got 2
They got that big
stops
3 and out and the fumble. But the Warriors offense was just unable to convert that 4th and 1.
And the drop touchdown in the third quarter.
Which ended up having big implications on the rest of this ball game.
As well as the fumble.
A final score, Deer Park 25, Mariemont 21. Thank you for listening. And a big shout out to ICRC-TV. I'm Tom Buchert. This is Luke Brenneman. Signing off.